What's up, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel. And if you've never replaced your shocks and struts on your vehicle, on your 2015 Ford F-150, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So, without further ado, let me take you guys along with me and show you guys how we're going to do it. So, let's get into it. Guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today, we're going to be on my 2012 Ford F-150. We're going to be replacing the front and rear shocks and struts. So if you guys have never done one before, I'm going to show you guys how because I haven't either. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. So we're going to get into this, my beautiful vehicle. So let's take you guys and show you guys what we're going to be replacing. All right, guys. So we're going to be replacing these shocks and struts. Don't worry about that. I just got some penetrating lube on, penetrating oil on there. So we're going to get this off. We got to obviously get the wheel off, but we got some accesses. So this is the passenger side, and right under there is the driver's side. So we have to get all those off. But what we're going to do is we got the shocks and struts right in there in these boxes. So we got to get those down and ready to go. So that way we can get this knocked out, and then we should be good to go. So these two boxes, the front, and then that box is for the rear. So let's go ahead and get this thing jacked up. Okay, guys. So we got everything sprayed, letting it soak. While we're doing that, we're going to get this line off, 10 millimeter. So we're going to get this line off so that way when this piece comes down, it won't get held up by the line. We'll try to give it some room. All right. Got some slack in the line there. I think that's another bolt. I believe that's an 8. Yep. So get this line off here. All right. All right, we got a little bit line slack there, and we're going to we'll take these off too if we need to, if it starts coming out a little bit more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get this bottom bolt, which is, let's see if you guys can see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this bottom bolt loose. We can get those loose and get the tops loose, then we can start going with everything else and get them all off. So that should be fun. So we're going to go ahead and start getting that one loose. So let me go get my wrenches and stuff, and we'll get that going. Okay, guys. So we got everything sprayed, letting it soak. While we're doing that, we're going to get this line off, 10 millimeter. So we're going to get this line off so that way when this piece comes down, it won't get held up by the line. We'll try to give it some room. All right. Got some slack in the line there. I think that's another bolt. I believe that's an 8. Yep. So get this line off here. All right. All right, we got a little bit line slack there, and we'll take these off too if we need to, if it starts coming out a little bit more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get this bottom bolt, which is, let's see if you guys can see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this bottom bolt loose. We can get those loose and get the tops loose, then we can start going with everything else and get them all off. So that should be fun. So we're going to go ahead and start getting that one loose. So let me go get my wrenches and stuff, and we'll get that going. 1.16" for that. See? 1.16". So we should be good. All right. So we're going to hold this. And here we go. All right. All right. We'll just leave that in there for the time being. Got the nut out. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and get this sway arm link down. So we're going to get this off. So believe it's a little bigger than that. Maybe an 18. Let's see. Yep, 18 it is. All right, let me get my wrench real quick. All right, take our 18-inch wrench and see if we can get this thing off without any issues. All right, no problem. Just hold on to it and it comes right out. All right. So now we got that one out. Now we're going to go ahead and loosen this one. I think this one's going to be, oops. Let's try 3/4. Nope, a little bigger. 3/16. Yeah, it looks like 3/16. All right. So we got a 13/16. Hopefully this is enough for him to get this up. Let's see. All right. All right, we'll get something a little more better. Oomph. I think my battery's almost dead. Yep, battery's almost dead. All right. Hold on, let me get something with a little more oomph to get this thing off here. Let's see if this has got enough room. Come on, stay on there. All right. All right, so we got that off. All right, let's sit there for the time being. All right, we gotta get our hammer. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our hammer. We're not gonna hit. We're gonna hit this. Give it a good few lub taps, and then we can tap it on the bottom. It should separate it. So let's try it. There it goes. All right. And now we are off. And it's being held by this little strappy thing, which future reference, definitely get something to hold that in place before we let that go. That's a rookie mistake I probably should have done, but it's okay. So let me let it hang there for a minute, and let me get my puller tool real quick. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. When you get ready to separate this piece here, make sure you get something to hold it so it doesn't just go flying. But we're gonna get this little piece tool here out, so that way it doesn't pull on these, which right now it's doing pretty good. All right, so now we got that hanging, so that's good. All right, so everything is pretty much separated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get these top bolts out. So we got these 3 up here. So I'm going to get these out. That should lower it enough to let everything kind of come falling. Actually, it might actually even fall once we take this little piece out, but we're going to get these lowered first before we let that out. So let me go get, let's see which tool we need here. Those are pretty short, so let's go for a 16 maybe. Nope, 15. Yep, 15 it is. All right, let me get my tool real quick. Let's see if this will work. Let me guess. Not sure. It's too long. Yep. May have to do this by hand because I don't think this is going to fit on there to get it from here. I'm going to get this wheel well up. All right, we'll do it with the hand tool. Not a big deal. All right, so 15, we'll get them off. So, not too bad. I'll try to get. So I'm gonna get this last bolt out here in the back out so I can get to these fronts. Then it should just come on down to Chinatown. We should be all right. Yep, there it is. All the way down to Chinatown. All right, so now we're good. So now I know this is a little different. Some people would say you could take this off, But as you see, it's already out. So as long as you get the tie rod in out, and you get your upper control arm out, you really don't have to get the tie rod in and out. It'll literally just drop down. Once you get the 3 bolts out, it just drops down in Chinatown. Now, I do understand it might be a little difficult trying to raise it back up, but honestly, I don't think it'll have that much of a difference. So I'm going to go and take this bolt out. The bolt out. We should be able to be able to pull it on out. Yep, see? Easy peasy Japanesey. It is out. All right, so let's get the new one and get this one in. All right, guys, and here's our new one. We got it from Auto Shack. So basically just want to make sure the height and everything looks pretty good, get new hardware. Everything's pretty much new and ready to rock and roll. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the truck. You can put it all back together. It should be pretty fairly straight out. So let's go and get it back in. All right, guys, and we're going to do this in reverse order. I'm actually going to move you off to the side because I might need some room. So all right, get you guys in position so you can see me. All right, new strut, right back in. Same way we took it out is the same way it's going back in. Now you do want to make sure that you get it lined up. So what I'm going to do is take this bolt, get this bolt in first. Actually, hold on a second. I just fibbed. So the holes there. All right, so let me get this in first. All right, now we're in the chamber. Now we'll get the bolt in. So you just lift up, get that bolt right back in. No problem. Then, if you're strong enough, just do an eccentrical lift. If you're strong like me, you already got it. You get that one bolt in to hold it in place. Look how easy that was, y'all. It is already back in. So it is really quite simple. Let me get you over here. So now I will say this, it can be different from different kinds of vehicles. If you have four-wheel drive, which I don't, you would have a like a CV axle that'd be in your way. Where this is front-wheel drive, so I don't have a front diff, so this is all easy. Where compared to some people, they don't. So yeah, so just take that in consideration that mine was easy, yours may not be. So definitely, if you got four-wheel drive, take that with some understanding that yours is going to be maybe a little more difficult than mine. So what we're going to do too is I'm going to lower this back down because I forgot to slide up the sway arm bar. So I'm going to drop this again. It's going to come down. I'm going to slide this under and get that back in the hole, get it started. And then now we'll lift. So you just lift, get it back in the holes. Just finagle it if you can't see it. Get it up, lift it, get the nut started to kind of hold it in place. And then you can let go. And that's it. It is nice and in there. Now we can just get everything all back together. So we're going to try and get some of these nuts and stuff back on there. So this one is going to be a little bit of a trick. You might need the help of a jack, which I do have an access to that, because you will probably need to do that because you're going to have to push down on this and lift up on that. So we'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, everything is all in there. I'm going to get this nut started for the sway arm link so it doesn't fall on me. Actually, those are I gotta remember. All right, there's the bolt for that. All right, so we're good. All right, so let me go get my jack to help me give me a lift so I can get this on here. And then let me get the nut, put the nut back on here. So we're gonna go ahead and put the nut back on down below because now we got that taken care of. All right, so we're just gonna try to get everything all bolted back up before we, continue forward. Now you can use these new bolts, but I really do like these old bolts. I mean, they do have the little crush washer thingy. These are a little bit different. They don't require it. So you can use new ones. I may go ahead and just use the new ones just because it came with the hardware. It came with it. So I may just do that just for, help's sake. So let's lift this up a little bit. I like these. They got a bigger flange on it, but I believe these will be just as fine too. Yeah, I actually kind of like the bigger ones. They got a bigger footprint, and I kind of like that. So we're gonna get these nuts on these bolts up top here. All right, so I got all three nuts. Sorry about that, I didn't show it to you. I have all three nuts on here, right here. Just got them kind of started, just to hold it in place. So I reused the old ones. I'm not going to reuse these just because I got some blue Loctite we'll put on them if we need to. I'm not going to use these because the footprint on the old ones are way more better. So, and they still work. So I'm going to keep these, but I'm not going to use them. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a jack to lift up the lower one to get to it. I could probably finagle it myself, but I just don't feel like fighting with it. So I'm going to go get that real quick. There we go. All right, we don't lift it too high because we don't want to lift it off the jack. So do everything we can. Actually, hold on a second. I just thought of something. Gotta get this nut off this piece first before I can even get the nut to get started. There we go. And we'll just do it again to get it kind of off. There we go. All right, my nut in my hand. We're gonna try and finagle this up a little bit. Sorry, so you can see this. All right. So just kind of get it pushed down as much as you can, if you can. All right. Whew. This is going to be your trick part because this thing is super heavy. But if you can get it up, get it in, you should be good. So we're going to hold this here. We're going to get this in a hole. Push this down with all my might. It's not as easy as it looks. So what we're going to do, let me go get my pry bar. Give us a little bit of a pull down help. All right, pry bar. We're going to get it down. We're actually going to get it in the hole first. So get this in the hole where you want it. Take your pry tool, get it into one of your coils, and get it in one of your coils, preferably the second run. get it in the hole. There you go, like that. Get it to push down so you can get the nut on. Then we'll just tack it up a little bit. All right. We'll have to get some extra room on that, but that's in. So try this again. See if we can get this tacked up. Nope. All right. All right. Well, we can get something to hold it in place to get it all tacked up. So we got the bolt in. That's what matters. So now we can go ahead and get everything all cinched up. So everything's got its bolts in. We just need to bump it up so that way it'll be able to come up like it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do the same tactic I just did. See if this will hold it. Push it up enough to where it'll yank up on it. Let's see. No. Okay. No big deal. I think there's a keyway. So I'm going to have to crank on it. So let me get my opening wrench. Okay, guys, so we're back. So we're going to have to do this by hand. I tried using my little thing, but it's just kind of just grinding on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a 21 open-end wrench. We're going to use a 10 millimeter socket. So 10 millimeter is going to hold the nut on the end while I crank. So I have to take it off. Wish I had a 21 millimeter ratchet wrench, but it's okay. So we're just going to hold it. Just going to crank. So I have to hold and turn like so. Not a big deal. We'll just have to crank up on it. But it's working pretty good, actually. Like so. So I put a little dab of, I forgot to film it, but I put a little dab of blue Loctite on it just to hold it in place. Because those, the bolts have like a little bit of a nylon bushing inside, but once you crack that off, you have to re-put some blue Loctite on there. So no big deal, just for extra added protection. All right. Fortunately, I got this thing locked in place now. Here we go. All right, so now we got that off. So now we need to tighten up the top bolts, tighten up the bottom bolts, tighten up this bolt here, get it all bunched up, and then should be good to go. So, see if this is the same size nut. Nope, a little smaller. I think I got a ratchet wrench for that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get this all back tightened up. Same thing with the nut. might be a little smaller. Yeah, it's a little smaller. Let's see if an 8 will fit. Yeah, it's an 8. And then we'll go get a smaller wrench. So let's go get a small. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our 18 millimeter ratchet. And we'll take our thing on top and hold it. And hold this down here and just crank on it. All right, that's good for right now. And mind you, I still have the jack. I got the jack tightened up as much as it can to kind of imitate it sitting on the ground. So everything is being bolted on like as if it was pushed up. So now I'm going to go ahead and cinch down these bolts up top, up here. I'm going to go ahead and cinch those down. The 15 again. Now I could just do this from the top, which is probably the smart thing to do, but it's really easy to get to. Just wish I had a little bit of a shorter deep socket, but this will work. All right, and then the last one back here. So I know it's kind of difficult to get to it from the top, but if you can reach it here from the bottom, you should be pretty much good. So let me get a 15? Hold on a sec. Let me get a 5 bolt here in the back. So just get that on there. All right. And then now, lastly, we're going to get to this bottom bolt here. This one on here, and then that one on the other side. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. All right. And we're all good. So now that's all good there. We can put this back where that was. So we're going to put this bolt back in. Another 8. And then the other bolt here, this little plate piece, which is a 10. All right, and then put this back in its hole. Same thing on one up top. Get it back in this marker hole, and then get this slid back where it's supposed to go. Just move it up a little bit. And voila, we're good to go. Now we'll go ahead and get our torque wrenches and torque all this stuff up. Everything up. I did not torque, so let me get this set up real quick. So I didn't torque this with a torque wrench because the torque on this bolt for the bottom part of the shock is 406 foot-pounds. I don't even have a torque wrench that goes that high, so I just use my impact and tighten it as much as I can. But this bolt right here is 59 foot-pounds, so I can tighten that one up. So just gonna tighten it up. All right, 59 foot-pounds. All right, guys, so now we're going to torque this up. It is 85 foot-pounds. All right. Let's get this torque to 85 foot-pounds. Okay. All right, and then the last ones are these up here. So these are 35 foot-pounds. If you can't get to it, just get it as tight as you can. All right. All right, there's one. That one needs to go down a little bit more. Let's try this one. All right, now we're good to go. All right, guys, and as you see, this side is completely done. Now we got a whole new shock. Now we're gonna go do the other side. All right, guys, so we're going to be attacking the passenger side. I'm not going to, well, there's a few reasons why I'm not going to show you the passenger side. The other side is the exact same thing. It's just opposite. One of the reasons is because I've already done it and I've already showed you on that side. And two, the sun is beating me on the back. So even when I get the camera and wherever angle I get it, it's being blurred out by the sun because the sun is literally over my shoulder, pointing directly into the wheel well. So the camera is just getting like completely blurred out because of the sun. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. And then when we come back, we're going to be doing the rear. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, guys, so we're back. We got the passenger side done. Now it's time to attack the rear. So we're going to come over on this side since the sun is not on this side, so you can see. Excuse the wind. It's getting a little windy out here. So now we're going to get this bolt off. It is a 15 millimeter on this side and then the 18 nut on the other side. It is the same thing down below, which is right there. Same thing, same opposite. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack the bottom and then we'll attack the top. So that way we can get that off there. I'm going to take our thing here and our bolt over here. All right. Simple, simple. All right. Leave that there. And then we will attack the top. Okay. Same thing, nut. that down. Shock it. This is probably the easiest one of all. So it's out. So now we're gonna go compare the other one. All right. I got the new one. Looks to be the same. Yep. A little bit taller, but all right, we will get this put in. So here's how I normally do it. So you can see. Here, let's move this over here real quick. Get you out of position. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I like to get this mounted before I rip this tag. So get this in there. Get the bolt through. All right, and then what we do is get the bolt in there and then put the nut on it just to hold it in place. You can tighten it down if you want, no big deal. All right, so what I usually do is I just try to guide it with the bolt. So the bolt goes in on this end. So as it's coming down, you just try to finagle it in there and then slide it through and you should be good. So that's what we're gonna try and do. So let me get my cutters and then it'll be a little easier. All right, so I'm gonna cut this line. You can cut it anywhere, just cut it and just be ready. All right, goes nice and slow. You just get it down in there. Boom. See how easy that is? That's so easy. And then now it's in there. And everything's good to go. You take the little strap out and then just retighten it back up. I mean, this is like super easy. So now we're gonna cinch this up. Right. And then the last ones, get this going. That's it. That's it. That's how easy that is to do the rears. That's why I do that last. It's so easy. Now we're gonna tack the other side and then we'll be good to go. All right, and just like that, guys, it is done. It is in there, all nice and bolted up on both sides. Now it's really much just getting everything bolted up with the tires, getting them torqued to spec, and then getting it down, and then we should be good to go. Take it for a spin and see how that all goes. Should be awesome. Well, guys, it is back on the ground, looking really, really good. I am super happy. I'm happy that this is all working out. Cannot wait to take this thing for a spin. So let me clean up this big, huge mess here I made. And then we'll show you guys a surprise that just came in the mail from FedEx. I think is going to be pretty cool. So let me clean all this up and we'll go check it out. All right, guys. So now we got the shop all cleaned up. I wanted to show you guys what just came in the mail. I ordered this surprisingly from Temu. Didn't really think to trust Temu, but I got some new lights. So not only are there going to be new lights for this, but they're actually got some LED strips in it. So it's really quite cool. Look at that. It's got a nice little LED strip that goes here. And then these in here are all LEDs. But this one has a plug, so I just need to wire up this, and then it should all work out. And it actually will work out really great. So it'd be really simple, interesting to do. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that in another episode. It's really quite simple. It's just 3 bolts, and they're really easy to get you once you pop the hood open. But I need to figure out where I'm going to wire the lights up to. That part I might need to figure that one out. Probably run it into the fuse box on one of the lights, and then just run it off of that, or maybe run it into the light system itself. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But those are going to be really cool going in there. But everything is great. So let's go take this thing for a spin and see how it all is going to work out. Well, guys, the car is driving really good. It's not as bouncy as it was. Smooth. It's a truck, so it's going to have a little bit of rough, bouncing. But it's a lot better. It's a lot more stiffer. It's a lot more smoother. So I'm really happy with it. Really happy with the results. So now we're going to go back home, and that'll be it. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Everything's been running really good. Everything's been going really good. So the truck is running great. It's smooth. Like I said, it's a truck, so it's still going to have a little bit of a bumpiness to it, but it's smooth. It's not as bouncy and on all over the place as it normally would be. So we couldn't find any serious bumps, but maybe if I take it on the highway and just drive it like I normally drive it, it should maybe get some of those swishy swashy bumps and see how that handles them. But guys, it's smooth though. For just where I drove it around, it's smooth. I'm super happy with it, super happy with the results. Everything is great. Hopefully that was enough good information for you guys. Tried to show it as great. Sorry I couldn't get the passenger side, rear and front. The sun is just too blaring and is bleeding out the video. So I had to do it on the driver's side. So I apologize if I didn't show it to you on the passenger side, but it's pretty much the same identical, maybe a little bit reversed, but it's still the same thing. Same process, same everything. And I saved a step by not taking off the rack and pinion bushings. You don't really need to. I mean, honestly, as long as you get the sway arm link off and the control arm, and then once you unbolt it, it just falls. Now, like I said, it's a little different if you have a 4-wheel drive. You may have a little bit more steps, a little more things to take off. But with a 2-wheel drive, with no 4-wheel drive in the front, and it's just 2-wheel, it's a lot more easier. I can kind of skip a few steps. Then I have to take the whole entire thing off. So, I mean, I could have taken the rack arm off, but I didn't really need to. And then I looked at it; it didn't seem like it needed that done, because once that thing comes off from the upper control arm, it just kind of falls off. So it really honestly gives you all the room you need. You unbolt it from the top, it just falls. Take that bottom bolt off, boom. You're out and back together, and you don't have to save yourself an extra step. So if that help for you guys, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, let me know if that helped you guys out. If you were trying to do that on your 2-wheel drive F-150, it definitely was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've had those parts since my birthday back in July. My wife got it for me for my birthday, and I'm just now putting it in because I didn't have a whole lot of time, been busy with the mobile mechanic business and just everything in life, and just didn't have time until just now to do it. But I'm super glad that I did do it. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Hopefully you guys liked it. And if you do, please give me a comment. Let me know how my videos are going. Let me know if you guys like the videos. You guys like my old videos, which I'm super thankful for. Those, I did put some hard work into it. I'm trying to do some hard work into them now, but my old ones are seeming to thrive better than my new ones. But we'll continue to keep doing it. I love doing this. I love showing you guys information. May not help everybody, or people may not like it, but I just want to help you guys out with wherever I can, with what I can. But guys, I thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please follow me at Fix It Daniel. I also have a mobile mechanic business. If you live in the 757 area, that's like Newport News, Hampton, Virginia Beach, Norfolk. I've gone to Gloucester, Williamsburg, Yorktown, Toano. I will go anywhere if someone, pays me to come out there. But I do have a mobile mechanic business. It's called fixitdaniel.com. So if you're living in the 757 area and you need something done, go to that website, hit me up. That's my personal website, and let me know. We'll get you booked, we'll get you some fixes, and we'll get it all done. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do truly appreciate it. You guys have a good and blessed day. and I'm going to see you in the next fix. Until then, guys, peace.